Hey everybody! In this video we're going to talk about matching parent graphs with their equations. Now, before we do this, I do want to go over two different types of functions that we haven't gone over yet. The first function is f of x equals 1 over x. If you were to plug in some points for x, you would get something like this. Okay? You would get this graph. If we were to plug in 1, we would get 1. If we were to plug in 2, we'd get 1/2. If we were to plug in 1/2, we would get 2. Okay? And then the negatives of those as well. Then the other one I wanted to show was 1 over x squared. I want you to think about 1 over x and 1 over x squared. Remember, on 1 over x, there was a piece of the graph in the positive side and a piece of the graph in the negative side. But because the bottom's squared, it's going to turn those negatives into positives, so we're going to get a function like this. So let's go ahead and take a look here. What does this graph look like? Now, what graph do we have that looks like that? Well, that one is a cube function. This one, pretty familiar with that one. That's a line. What about C? C is the one we just went over. That's the 1 over x. And then D. D is absolute value. Anytime you have an absolute value, it's going to look like a V. So that's matching parent graphs with their equations for this problem.